Hello and welcome. You're watching Midday News on Rajya Sabha TV, where I get you the biggest developing news stories at the top of one. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor, and here are the headlines. Prime Minister calls upon Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank to expand its financing from $4 billion to $100 billion by 2025. Asks Multilateral Development Bank to look at potential investment opportunities in agriculture and allied activities in India. No change in Congress's mindset during emergency and now when they moved motion to remove Chief Justice of India, says Prime Minister, says country's institutions cannot be entrusted under rule of a party that has no internal democracy. In principle approval for Phase 4 of a Delhi Metro and similar projects in 5 cities of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh from the Finance Ministry. Approval also for Delhi Meerut section of the Regional Rapid Transit System. Bilateral trade concerns to be discussed as the U.S. trade representatives arrive on 2-day Delhi visit. Talks ahead of India's decision to impose retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. move to high duty on steel and aluminium comes into force. And France take on Denmark and Australia to pay Peru in Group C encounters today at the Football World Cup. Argentina, Nigeria and Croatia, Iceland to clash in Group D matches. Spain and Portugal qualify for next round after tense campaign against Iran and Morocco on Monday. A top story this afternoon, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon Multilateral Development Bank, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, to look at expanding its financing from $4 billion to $100 billion by 2025. Inaugurating the 3rd annual meeting of the AIIB in Mumbai today, he called upon the bank to look at potential investment opportunities in agriculture and allied activities in India. The theme for this year's meet is mobilizing finance for infrastructure, innovation and collaboration. The Prime Minister said from the point of a foreign investor, India counts as an extremely low-risk potential economy and global confidence in India's economy is rising. AIIB is a multilateral development bank with a mission to improve social and economic outcomes in Asia and beyond.
Regional multilateralism through institutions such as AIIB can play a central role in helping to raise resources. Sectors such as energy and power, transportation, telecom, rural infrastructure, agriculture development, water supply and sanitation, environment protection, urban development and logistics require long-term funds. The interest rate on these funds need to be affordable and sustainable. In short period, AIIB has approved 25 projects in a dozen countries with a total financing of over $4 billion. This is a good beginning. With committed capital of $100 billion and huge need for infrastructure in member countries, I take this opportunity to call upon AIIB to expand from financing $4 billion to $40 billion by 2020 and $100 billion by 2025. It's the lifeline of the Indian economy. We are promoting investments in warehouses and cold chains, food processing, crop insurance, and allied activities. We are promoting micro irrigation to ensure optimal use of water with increased productivity. I would like AIIB to look into potential investment opportunities in this field and associate with us.
And in a significant milestone achieved by the government under its Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, 51 lakh houses have been sanctioned under the scheme in 3 years of its implementation. The milestone was reached as the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs conducted its meeting of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban yesterday, where a total of 3,18,900 houses from 6 union territories and states were approved. And with this, the Prime Minister Housing Scheme Urban has approved more than 51 lakh dwelling units against the estimated demand of 1 crore. Now, this is a huge jump in comparison to the old housing scheme, where 12.4 lakh houses were approved in around 9 years of its implementation. The total project cost approved under the scheme stands at 2.81 lakh crore rupees, with a central assistance of 77,934 crore rupees. A total of 7.6 lakh houses are already completed and another 28 lakh have been grounded. The Government of India is committed to provide housing for all by the end of the mission period 2022. Meanwhile, the Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has also received an in-principle approval from the Finance Ministry for the Phase 4 of the Delhi Metro and the Metro Rail projects in 5 cities of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Besides, the ministry has also received in-principle approval for the Delhi-Meerut section of the Regional Rapid Transit System after the launch of a new metro policy in August last year. The projects would now be sent to the Public Investment Board for its nod and then placed before the Cabinet for its approval. And on to the other top story of the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that there has been no change in the mindset of the Congress party during emergency and now. Addressing BJP's Mumbai event to hail anti-emergency fighters, the Prime Minister said that there is a need to tell the youth of the country today about the events during the emergency. Attacking the Congress, he said the party that does not have any internal democracy cannot be entrusted with running the institutions in the country that safeguard democracy.
संविधान का कैसे दुरुपयोग किया जा सकता है, संविधान का एक परिवार के लिए किस प्रकार से हथकंडे के रूप में, साधन के रूप में उपयोग कर दिया जाता है, शायद ही ऐसा उदाहरण कहीं मिल सकता है। इस देश में जब जब कांग्रेस पार्टी को और खास करके इस परिवार को अपनी कुर्सी जाने का संकट महसूस हुआ है, उन्होंने चिल्लाना शुरू किया है, बोलना शुरू किया है कि देश संकट से गुजर रहा है, देश में भय का माहौल है, देश तबाह हो जाने वाला है और सिर्फ हम ही बचा सकते हैं। वो कौन सी मानसिकता होगी जिसने सत्ता सुख के लिए अपनी स्वयं की कांग्रेस पार्टी के टुकड़े कर दिए हो। ऐसे लोगों के लोकतंत्र के प्रति श्रद्धा कैसे हो सकती है? और जिस दिन स्वसुख के लिए स्वयं के दल को तबाह कर दिया गया, उसी दिन संकेत मिल चुके थे कि इनके लिए परंपराएं, मूल्य, देश, लोकतंत्र, संविधान कोई मायने नहीं रखता है। आज भी हिंदुस्तान में भगवान के बाद न्याय की कोई मान सोचता है तो सर चलो भाई हमारे लिए भगवान है। उसका डिवैल्यूएशन करना, उसकी प्रतिष्ठा को गहरी चोट पहुंचाने का पाप सत्ता सुख के मोह में किया गया। एक परिवार के लिए किया गया। तो उपाय क्या? टॉप मोस्ट जुडिशरी को इम्पीचमेंट के नाम पर ऐसा डरा दो कि नीचे का एक भी जज सर ऊंचा कर करके ऐसा निर्णय न कर सके। हम पर इम्पीच जमानत वाला मामला आया, देखते हैं ऊपर से ही। और इसलिए पार्लियामेंट में देश के सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के खिलाफ इम्पीचमेंट मोशन लाने का काम, और जो पढ़ेंगे तो आपको आश्चर्य होगा, ऐसी ऐसी चीजों के लिए उन्होंने सब लिखा है। आपातकाल के दिनों की मानसिकता और वर्तमान कांग्रेस की इम्पीचमेंट मोशन, उस मानसिकता के में कोई अंतर नहीं आया है। इसका जीता जागता सबूत है।
On to some other news now. Heads of 11 state-owned banks will apprise the Parliamentary Committee about the problems of mounting bad loans and increasing fraud cases today. Now, they will be appearing before the Standing Committee on Finance, headed by veteran Congress leader M. Virappa Moily. Former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh is also a member of the panel. The banking sector is grappling with rising non-performing assets, or the NPAs, which touched 8.99 lakh crore rupees, or 10.11% of the total advances at the December end 2017. Of the total gross NPAs, the public sector banks accounted for 7.77 lakh crore rupees. The committee is looking into the issues and challenges being faced by the banking sector. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj gifted a Dornier aircraft to the visiting President of Seychelles, Danny Faure, at an official ceremony in New Delhi today. The ceremony, which was also attended by MOS External Affairs VK Singh, was held a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi handed over the replica of the aircraft to President Faure at the Hyderabad House. The Dornier gifted to Seychelles is the second reconnaissance aircraft handed over to Faure. The aircraft will help Seychelles monitor its 1.3 million square kilometers exclusive economic zone. Prime Minister Modi had made the promise of gifting a second aircraft during his March 2015 visit to the Indian Ocean archipelago. Now, India had earlier gifted Seychelles Coast Guard a fast-track vessel and 2 helicopters as well. The aircraft DO-228 is a turboprop utility aircraft which can be used for both civilian and military purposes by many countries.
India also remains committed to support Seychelles through capacity building, especially in the field of maritime security. To enhance the surveillance capability of Seychelles, to tackle maritime threats, our Prime Minister had announced the gifting of a second Dornier aircraft during his landmark visit to Seychelles in March 2015. Today marks a historic day with the fulfilling of this commitment by handing over of this world-class and state-of-the-art second Dornier aircraft to the Republic of Seychelles.
And UAE Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who is on a week-long visit to India, yesterday held talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. The UAE Foreign Minister called on Prime Minister Modi and discussed bilateral cooperation in trade and investment, defence and people-to-people ties. Prime Minister Modi tweeted, "Delighted to meet His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation UAE. We had detailed discussions on cementing India-UAE ties." The visiting minister also noted the growing interest in the UAE for investment in India's sectors such as energy, housing, food processing and infrastructure. Prime Minister Modi also appreciated Abu Dhabi National Oil Company's decision to invest in the upcoming greenfield mega refinery and petrochemicals complex in India, and also welcomed the signing of an MOU in this regard. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj also on Monday held talks with UAE Foreign Minister Al Nahyan. MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar tweeted, "Partnership going from strength to strength. Leaders exchanged views on consolidating our bilateral relationships across several sectors between the two countries." The UAE Foreign Minister during his trip to India will also visit Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai and Bengaluru besides Delhi. And Indian Commerce Ministry officials will hold two-day trade talks with their US counterparts in New Delhi. The meeting will resolve a plethora of trade issues. Well, this comes days after India announced retaliatory tariffs on 29 products from the US, striking back against Washington's move to impose higher duties on Indian steel and aluminium exports. The duties on US goods will take effect from 4th of August. At least 7 to 8 officials from the US administration, including Assistant US Trade Representative Mark Linscott, are in New Delhi for the talks. Apart from issues pertaining to duty hike by America on Indian steel and aluminium, review of export benefits to certain domestic products and visa tightening norms will also come up at the meeting. Both the sides could also deliberate on their disputes at the World Trade Organization. Remember, India and the US are fighting cases related to sectors including steel and aluminium, export subsidies and solar cells at the WTO. And in midday news, time for a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
A very special guest, a yogi, a seeker, a philosopher, and someone who is known as an unconventional guru of the country. What is that spirituality? Because you say that the spirituality is almost like a technology.
Spirituality is some kind of a disability. No, spirituality is a tremendous empowerment. Just about anything you can take it and do it.
You drive SUVs, you play golf, you wear jeans, so…
I do many more things. If I give you the list, you'll be shocked.
How unconventional you are.
Pretending in some way or behaving in some way, you become spiritual, no. You saw one calendar yogi, calendar image of a yogi, and you think that's how it should be.
A lot of religious gurus have started playing an active role in elections. What is your feeling about this?
I will never tell people to whom to vote for. Voting on the basis of caste, religion and even party, that you are stuck in one party, is feudalism.
Watch an exclusive interview with Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev only on Rajya Sabha television.
The biggest sporting event on earth is here. Top teams will compete to be crowned world champions. Complete analysis of all the matches. Don't miss Rajya Sabha TV's coverage of the FIFA World Cup every day at 7 p.m.
On this edition of India's World, we will take a closer look at the UNHRC report on Kashmir.
It's a kind of a report based on a perception, a prejudiced perception of what's happening in Kashmir.
He is using words which are traditionally often used by Pakistan to describe the situation. So obviously it means that he has been influenced in a very big way.
By giving a clean chit to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, he has made a dent in the credibility of United Nations Human Rights Commission.
Welcome back after the break. Let's get you all the weather updates. And 5 people are reported dead and 1 has been injured in Jharkhand due to lightning and a thunderstorm. The incident occurred in Bokaro district of Jharkhand. Southwest monsoon has picked up momentum across the northwest of the country as heavy rains continue to lash various parts of Mumbai as well. Heavy showers have claimed at least 3 lives in Mumbai, and the heavy downpour through the weekend as well as on Monday has caused severe waterlogging at several places, and the movement of suburban trains was also affected, causing inconvenience to the office goers. The IMD has forecast heavy to very heavy rains in the city in the next 24 hours as well. Meanwhile, heavy rains also lashed several parts of south of Gujarat, particularly in Valsad, Surat and Navsari districts, causing waterlogging and throwing normal life out of gear in the region. Incessant rains and thunderstorms have also claimed 5 lives in West Bengal. And then in the northeast of the country, as well as in Odisha and in West Bengal, the southwest monsoon has regained steam after a brief hiatus, triggering heavy showers in several parts of the region. The Met Department says that the rain-bearing winds are likely to cover the entire state over the next 2 days. Let's get you all the now action from the Football World Cup in Russia. Well, first up, all the results of the Monday's matches. Well, Uruguay beat Russia 3-0 in the first of the Group A encounters yesterday. Luis Suarez helped fire Uruguay after opening the scoring. A pinpoint free kick from the Barcelona star and an own goal from Denis Cheryshev put Uruguay 2-0 up inside 23 minutes of the match. And thereafter, Edinson Cavani added their third late goal, and Russia were reduced to 10 men after 36 minutes when right back Igor Simokinov was sent off for 2 yellow cards. Well, this is the first time that Uruguay have won all the 3 group games at a World Cup finals, and they will play their last 16 tie in Sochi this Saturday against the Group B runners-up, either Spain, Portugal or Iran. And in the second Group A match, Saudi Arabia beat Egypt 2-1. Egypt's Essam El Hadari, the oldest player ever to appear at a World Cup, marked his record achievement with one outstanding penalty save. But that was not enough against Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Salah's Egypt still have not recorded a World Cup finals win in 3 appearances, despite the Liverpool talisman's superb opening goal. And in the Group B encounters, well, Cristiano Ronaldo missed a penalty before Portugal conceded an injury-time spot kick in a 1-all draw with Iran. The European champions have now set up a last 16 clash with Uruguay in Sochi on 30th for a play in the quarterfinals after ending Iran's hopes of reaching the knockout phase for the first time. And Spain and Morocco match ended in a 2-all draw. Spain progressed as the group winner because it scored more goals, and it will next play host Russia on Sunday in Moscow. And on day 13 of the FIFA World Cup, well, here are the matches that are slated for the day today. It will be Australia versus Peru in Group C match in Sochi at 7:30 p.m. And the other match in this group also is to be played at 7:30 p.m. is France versus Denmark. And later in the day, 2 Group D matches will be played at 11:30 p.m. And the first is when Argentina take on Nigeria. And in the second match of the group, Croatia will play Iceland. And for all the in-depth analysis of all the day's matches with our experts in the studio, do watch our special daily show on the FIFA World Cup at 7 p.m. And don't forget to tune in. Let's get you some more sporting action. Indian archer Deepika Kumari bagged individual gold medal in women's recurve event at the Archery World Cup in the US on Monday. Deepika Kumari defeated Germany's Michelle Kroppen by 7-3, paving her way into the final that will be held in Turkey. Deepika said that she was constantly motivating herself and her focus was on enjoying the game. The Archery World Cup final will be held in Turkey on 29th and 30th of September this year. And some more good news. The world champions India stormed into the semi-finals of the Kabaddi Masters as they continue to dominate the tournament with a second successive win over Pakistan on Monday night. India scored a 41-17 win over Pakistan, recording their second successive victory over the country, and they continue to remain unbeaten so far in the Kabaddi Masters Dubai 2018. Now, top raider Rohit Kumar and new recruit Monu Goyat, along with a strong defence by Girish Maruti, led the Indian team to a spectacular win last night. India will now take on Kenya tonight in Group A match at 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Meanwhile, in the other match last night, Iran beat Korea Republic 31-27, making their way into the semi-finals that will be held on 30th of June. On to news from the badminton court, and Saina Nehwal clinched the first win at the 2018 Malaysia Open tournament in Kuala Lumpur. Saina Nehwal won against Hong Kong's Yip Piu Yip 21-12, 21-16. Samir Verma will face Tommy Suntiago of Indonesia in the opening round today. And in the mixed doubles, the pair of Pranav Jerry Chopra and N. Sikki Reddy will compete with the Chinese player of Zheng Sui and Huang Yashikong, while Rohan Kapoor and Kuhu Garg will face Japanese Echi Hiting and Diu Yui. And that's it from me and my team in this edition of Midday News. Thanks so much for watching.